Hey, what's going on, world? It's me again, Ethan Smith, aka Mr. P.E.N, another daily dose positive post, man. As you can see behind me, it's dark. And if you can see in front of me, it's pretty bright. It's not bright because it's light outside, it's bright because of the light in front of me, man. Never be afraid to step into that light. Yesterday, I was in church service and it was calling people up to the front just as they wanted to pray and feel like they was closer to God. And I was standing in my seat, not in my seat, but in front of my seat, and I was praying. And something was on my heart to just go up to the front. But the reason I was afraid to step out of my seat area and go to the front, because I had been to this church before. I had been in this church for a number of years. It was a church I attended in Texas, and I knew most of the people know me, and I knew a number of the people know that I left. And when I left my wife, I left my kids, I left my family. So when I came back and I was in there yesterday, people have accepted me, but I also felt like I was kind of in a dark place, in a dark moment when I was standing there yesterday. Not dark as in mentally, but spiritually I was being attacked by the enemy, saying that you can't go up front, you can't go up there and worship God. How will they look at you? How will they judge you? Will they think that you just coming back now because you messed up? But here's the thing, man, when you in that darkness, the enemy, the devil, will constantly talk to you about how you can't step outside of that darkness and step into the light, man. Never be afraid to step into your light. Never be afraid to step into the light that God has called you into, man. I like to say when the cavemen discovered fire, do you think they went back to the darkness? I'm quite sure they didn't. When you got heat in your house, you think you ever wanted to turn that heat off during a cold winter, Michigan winter? So don't ever be afraid to take a chance on yourself. People are always going to talk. People are always going to judge. And a lot of times, people that may not even be talking about you or may not even be judging you. But the enemy, the devil, will have you thinking in your mind that other people is judging you, other people is pointing a finger at you, but you can't worry about what other people say. You can't worry about what other people do. You have to go with the unction to function that God calls you into. You have to go with the urge to move when God tells you to move. So what did I do? I moved. I walked up to the front of the church. I had my prayer time with God, and I just lost myself in the Lord and just praying and believing and being thankful for the things I have. Do I have struggles? Yeah, I do have struggles. Have everything been roses and peaches and cream for me here in Texas? No, it hasn't in a financial way, but in a spiritual and emotional way, it's been great. It's been wonderful. It's been everything that I asked for. I'm in school. I'm around my family again, and I'm working on continue to be a better me, to be a better person, to be a better speaker. Now, I haven't done anything bad or I haven't done anything wrong, and I'm moving in a positive direction. But I do still have obstacles. I do still have adversity that I face. But again, I decided to step out of the darkness and into the light because this is my life. And only I decide which way I'm going to go. So your mind is going to be attacked constantly. Things are going to pull at your heartstrings constantly. But you have to decide who you're going to serve. What are you going to do? What do you want out of life? I decided to live in the light. And living in the light is living in my truth. Are days hard? Yeah, days are hard. But can you get past those days? Yes, you can get past those days. You just have to keep believing in yourself. You have to keep believing in God. You have to trust the process. You don't get to a full-time success with a part-time grind. I'm not talking about just a success in your career and in your job. I'm talking about a success in your life, in your heart, a success in your marriage, a success with your kids. You don't get to a full-time success with a part-time grind. Just be real with yourself. What do you really want to be successful in? And give a full-time grind to it. I want to be successful in speaking, but I'm not in a full-time grind in speaking. I set goals, I attain goals, but sometimes I don't always follow the plans that I have for my goals, and it slows you down. So you have to get to a full-time grind if you want a full-time success. Never be afraid to fail, man. Failure is part of the process to success. But you cannot let that little small voice that's speaking to you tell you what you cannot do or how other people will judge you. Listen to the voice of positivity. Listen to the voice that tells you I have you and I'll support you no matter what you do or what you go through. Believe in God. Believe in yourself. Trust the process. Keep waking up if He allows you to wake up. Keep showing up. You got to show up to blow up, man. Don't just get up in the morning, but wake up. Don't just get up in the morning, but wake up. Wake up to everything that's in front of you, man. Wake up to the blessings that God has given you in your life. If you're waking up daily, then wake up. Stop just getting up out the bed and go along with your day. Wake up. Wake up to life. Wake up to the plans and the dreams that you have for your life. Wake up into what God has called you to. Find out what your purpose is in this life. Find out what he's planning inside of you that he wants to pull out of you. I was watching some TD Jakes yesterday on the ride with my best friend Tim Kedia, and he made a comment. Who buys a container to leave it empty? Who creates a container to leave it empty? Most times when you have a container, it's filled with something. You're a container. What did God fill you with? What is he trying to pull out of you? Find out what your purpose is. And I guarantee you, it's not to live in darkness. It's not to live a mediocre lifestyle. It's not to live in lack. Never be afraid to see what God has for you, man. Never be afraid to step out of the darkness and into the light. It's your boy, Ethan Smith, a.k.a. Mr. P.I.E.N. I'm out.